July 3rd, 2023. Same night I went to Boulder Station and won, I think it was 452. I came over to Palace Station and played a bit here. Where to start? So I just played the $15 minimum table at first. I played at a 3-2 $15 minimum table, and they had these new dealers that were working tonight, and they were so slow dealing the cards. It was not literally, however, figuratively and almost painful how slow they were dealing the cards. I understand it's your first time, I get it. And one guy was playing two hands, and another guy came in, and I wasn't like winning every hand. I mean, I'll take super slow if I'm winning like every or almost 80% of my hands. But it was like a slow bleed. So I was down $100 approximately at that table. Then I said screw it and went to a $15 minimum table. They paid 6 to 5 on blackjack, which is a no to do. But there were no people there, so there was a seat available, and I played it. I pretty much treaded water there because I was down like 150 at that first table. Went to the second one that paid 6 to 5 on blackjack, which, if you're an advantage player with blackjack, you just don't play at a table to pay 6 to 5 on blackjack. You want 3 to 2. It's an important thing, but I just wanted to get time in, and it was a solo table with 15 minimum. So I gave it a shot. I wound up pretty much about even. I might have won like 15 or 20 bucks at that table. Then I went to another $15 minimum table. It was a more experienced dealer, according to her, and she was super slow as well. Oh my god. Like, she would just count out each card and then total it and say what she had and what I had. And oh my god, there's a cute puppy monster here. Oh, so cute. Oh, so pretty. Or handsome. And she was so slow. And how did I wind up there? I think I wound up down 200 total because I left her table because it was too slow. And there's another $15 minimum table that was open by itself. So I went there, down $200, played at this table by myself, went through that because the count went up, lost the bets, bought in for another 300, so I'm now in for 600. And then finally the turnaround happened, that second $300. So I probably went down $450, maybe 500 total. And then the count went up. I was raising my bets. I went from the 15 minimum one hand, then I went to 25, then the 50. And I actually had a significant amount for me of $75 bets. And there were a couple, at least one, maybe a couple of $75 double downs where I was a bit anxious, to say the least. That's $150 in one hand, and I won those, or enough of those, that it gave me a boost back up. And I made some deviations, a very important thing with blackjack. I did some deviations. The count was so high, I had like 15 or 16 against, it was a dealer. There was a few of them. There's like 3 times I deviated. Normally you hit a 15 or a 16 against a 7, 8, 9, 10 ace. However, the count was so high that when it is so high, you don't take a card because your odds of getting a bust card is super high. So I did the deviation. I know one I had 16, dealer had a 7. I didn't take a hit, and the dealer got like a 9 for a 16, and then some kind of bust card, like a 7. And then I also had, I think, a 16. I got on the dealer 10, didn't take a hit. Dealer had a 6, so it's 16, and then a bust card. And I think I did it 3 times, each with at least 50 bucks, if not $75 out there. So for me, it was pretty significant to apply those deviations, because that's pretty much what saved my night. So after about 3 hours here, being down 450 bucks, these are the new dealers right here, getting trained, review. After being down $450, applying the deviations, 3 hours here at Palace Station. I don't know if I said that's where I was. I wound up $13. So it was a good night. It was like 3 hours here, 2.5 hours at Boulder Station, and I was up, we'll call it $465. So that's a pretty good night. A lot of ups, a lot of downs, just sticking with it, just learning about focus and discipline and doing the right things long enough consistently. And eventually, if you do that, split when you're supposed to, hit, double, all that stuff, you'll get your money back. And the challenging part is just being consistent. So that's what I got for tonight, and I'll let you know what happens tomorrow, assuming I'll play somewhere on July 4th.